Got 3 good days again. I think our kids are ready to go. Be a big challenge. Virginia Tech's a good football team. That I told our kids on after practice today that you got a target on your back right now, and we're not used to having a target, so you're gonna have to fight back, and it'll be interesting. Questions?
Last year, you guys, when you went down to Virginia Tech, you were running the ball really well those games leading up to it, and they kind of sort of stuffed you on it. I mean, do you remember, was it things they were doing defensively, or was it just the player? I mean, they had some good D tackles and good players up front.
I mean, they were really good on defense, like they are now, and some things we didn't do properly. So it's going to be a war. They're going to try to stop the run. I mean, obviously, if you're Bud Foster, I'd have 15 guys in the box. And then we got to make play in the passing game. That's why I say we can't be one-dimensional. We've got to be able to throw the football against these guys, because they will load the box up as much as anybody in the country.
I did talk about the passing game on Monday, but how close is it? Do you feel it's just little things here and there?
Little things here and there. I mean, it starts with protection. It really does, and we've worked hard on it this week as well. I think our guys have a lot of confidence in run blocking, and we got to have as much confidence in pass protecting and protecting Kenny, and giving Kenny time to set his feet and feel comfortable back there where he can make the shots. And then Kenny's got to make the shots. Period. Whether he's going to get hit or not. And those are all things we work on every week, and you just hope it continues to get better. Is it going to be good enough? I don't know. We'll find out.
I think we asked you this Monday, but that was before week of practice began. I mean, has there been much talk or much motivation derived from the ending of that game last year? Just why you guys were out there or in this building or anything this week?
I really haven't talked about it. I mean, I kind of, we did goal line yesterday, and I just kind of, just said, hey, we got a yard to go. What are we going to do? Just kind of threw it out there, but I don't worry about what happened a year ago. This is a different football team. I think you guys, maybe I don't know how I answered that question Monday, but you guys saw how I felt on a 4th and 1 at our own 10. Again, it wasn't against Virginia Tech, but Virginia's pretty good, and they can, I think they held Duke to 50-yard rushing the week before. They'll find a way to stop the run. They do a good job as well. When you look at that, Duke, you saw what Duke did to us running the football a couple weeks earlier. So, everybody's got a little different touch to it, and we're going to have to make some plays regardless of where we are. And this is 2018. That was 17. You don't forget about it, but we got to make plays down there.
I don't know that we ever asked you about that 4th and 1 call, did we? Were people on the headset going, wondering what you were thinking during that one? Or?
No one said a word. It was, we're all together. And again, it really stems from the confidence we have, and the O-line going, Coach, let's go. And to me, I always listen to our players. I listen to our players more than I listen to the coaches. If the coaches are saying don't do it and the players are saying go, you know who I'm listening to? The players, because they're the ones that got to make the blocks, period. And, it was Jimmy Morrissey and Bookser kind of coming towards the sideline when I said, hey, go back out. They were like, Coach, let's just go. It's 1 yard. And I'm like, okay, let's go. If you guys want to go, I'm ready to go. So that's what, And again, we didn't go down there to play not to lose. We went down there to play to win, and we're going to do the same thing this weekend. We're going to be as aggressive as we have to. We're playing to win.
In all your years of coaching, playing, watching football, you ever seen a team go for it, 4th down on their own 10-yard line?
I don't know. You might have to do a stat on that, Jerry. I thought you would already have the stat for me. Maybe not. I don't know. Probably not.
Bill Belichick did it once.
Did he really?
It didn't work.
It didn't. Okay, well, we're one up on Bill.
Somebody did it this year in college, but it was a different situation. They were leading, and they needed a first down to run the clock out.
Yeah. That was critical because, they don't have time. They got a first down when they kick a field goal, okay, right before the half. So you think about how critical that was, really just, again, we didn't score from it, but we were able to get another 3 plays in, drain another 2 minutes off the clock, and then they get stuck having to kick a field goal in our red zone on first down. So they didn't get, it's not like they kicked the field goal on 4th down. They kicked the field goal on first down because they had no clock. So that ended up being a critical play in the game where we ate up, that time possession becomes critical. So still a big play in the game.
When it comes to things like 4th down calls, Pat, over the years, over the decades here in your time in the profession, have you noticed your colleagues getting more aggressive in those kind of situations, and have their mindsets, sort of changed regarding that, both for you and people you know?
Yeah, I think everybody, it's one of the big things you're looking during the week is watching that 4th down. What are they doing? How many 4th downs do they have? Duke had a lot of them, 20-some, I believe. I think last week there was 12. So you're always trying to find out who's more aggressive on 4th down, where are they going for it on 4th down. And I think that's, something, everybody's getting a little bit more aggressive, trying to play the odds a little bit because it's, there's so many tight games, and anybody can beat anybody. And again, you're looking for that. If you got a good fourth down play, whether it's 4th and 5 or 4th and 1, I mean, you're looking for an advantage. And anytime you can keep a drive going, it is a major. Depending on where it is on the field, it can be a major advantage for you offensively. It can be a major advantage for you defensively if you stop them. It's a momentum taker.
Are there some teams where you have to tell your defense, look, you make a tackle on 3rd down, you can't jump up and start celebrating and run to the sideline. You got to take a look and see if that offense is getting lined up.
Well, we talk about it all the time. They know across the 50, they're ready for 4 of those. I mean, they're ready for 4 downs, and I'm always, on the headphones with our coordinators, after, 3rd down, he gets a 3rd down call in saying, hey, get a good 4th down call ready to go. Because, I want our coordinators thinking ahead as well, offensively and defensively. I mean, we're constantly on really 1st down. We get a 1st down, we're in a different territory. We're talking all the time about, hey, you got, I'll tell Coach Watts, hey, you got 4 downs here. If you get, if it's 4th and whatever, I'll give him a yard line that he's, thinking about it. So, we're always, obviously trying to think ahead on that strategy part of it.
Obviously, you guys are within the rules with how you're kind of disguising the league from week to week. But how far could you push that kind of thing? Like, could you throw everyone out in a different number or something if you wanted to before a game? Like, where did that idea sort of stem from?
I don't know. I guess you could.
All you have to do is give them the roster before the game, right?
Yeah.
What everyone's wearing.
But we're just trying to make it a little hard in the first quarter. They figure it out after a while. It doesn't take long, maybe 1 snap, but at least it makes them 1 snap. It's like Finding Waldo. I always like that book. It's one of my favorite books. I don't read much.
I should read the newspaper more, maybe.
I do read the newspaper. I do. USA Today.
Sadly. I don't know the rules.
I don't want to read the newspaper, really.
I
read the news. I read the real news. Like you talk about another sad situation out in California. I mean, you wake up and you're like, really? That happened early this morning or late last night after I went to bed, I guess. But that's what I read. I like the news. I like what's going on in the world, not the sports. I know what's happening in sports. I don't need to read you guys. Why do I have to read what you guys say about what's going on out there when I know? Okay, next question.
I don't know the rules. Maybe you can help me. Patrick Jones was ejected in the first half. Does he have to sit out the first half of this game?
No, he's good to go.
Okay.
If he'd have got ejected in the first second of the second half, then he'd be ejected for that half and the next half.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
So he already served his half, so he'll be ready to go.
How'd you address that through the week? I mean, spend any extra emphasis on what they can and can't do? Or?
No, I mean, they know what they can and can't do. I'm not going to question the call. But, everybody else has, I guess. So it is what it is. But the great thing is he's got a half fresher. He's fresher than he was before. We still came out with the W, so that's what I'm happy about. Got a half freshness.
The situation, Pat, that you guys are facing on Saturday is pretty similar to some ones that you've had during your tenure here. I remember your first year against Carolina, the next year against Virginia Tech also, where you have a chance to do either take control of the division or control your own destiny. What do you feel like is different about this team going into this game that gives you hope?
You know what, I'll tell you, I'll tell you Saturday after the game what's different. But, I think we got good leadership. I think, I think our seniors really have gotten better as they've gone on this season. I think there's pretty good focus. We've got to maintain our focus. I talked to them today about, it's 24-hour a day focus. It can't be just focus for 3 hours over here and then, going and, tweeting whatever you want to. There's got to be a focus on really what we're doing this week, this Saturday at 3:30, and and we can't lose their focus. They've got to understand, the big picture is out there, but the big picture is just one game, and we've tried to emphasize that all season, and that has not changed. So
seems like Ricky Walker's kind of their main, bell cow in the middle, but then a guy like Gaines he's getting home and he's got the big sack numbers. I mean, what do those two do well, and how do you try to limit what they can do to you?
You got to block them. First thing is you got to block them, and Ricky's a big dude inside. He's like their number 4. I forget his name a year ago. Left early.
Settle.
Tim Settle. So he's another one of those guys that can create havoc in the backfield. We've got to block him. We got to play with leverage, and and I think it helps when you're running the football. A sack master likes you to throw it. So he's going to have to defend the run a lot, and And every once in a while there'll be a pass, and we got to disguise it when we're going to throw the ball and do a good job of throwing him off with, with the protections that we've got at him.
The improvements that you saw in your defense from the Duke game to the Virginia game, are those things you feel like you've seen this week in practice? Those same keys getting done, or can you even see that in practice?
I mean, I didn't see in practice the Duke week what we saw on game day. So it's got to be focused, and we talk about focus and consistency. We got to be consistent, and I'll tell them again before this game. Nobody cares what you did last week. Nobody, your girlfriends, they don't care. They're going to evaluate you on what you do today. Because after the game, they're either going to be, whining at you, or they're going to be all happy and saying, nice game, nice game. Nobody cares, and your mom and dad don't care what you did a week ago. It's all about what you do today, and that's what you get evaluated on. So it doesn't matter what happened against Duke or Notre Dame or Virginia last week. It's what you do today. What have you done for me lately, right, Jerry?
That's what I've heard.
That's what I've heard too.
That Virginia Tech comes in obviously with a reputation for special teams excellence, but your special teams units have had a couple of pretty good weeks. Kessman, Kirk, and coverage teams. What strides have you seen from your guys, and what is Virginia Tech?
Did you wear that orange shirt on purpose today, or what?
I wasn't going to wear it on game day, so
That's good. That's good. Very good. Our special teams have been good. It's a challenge. I think anytime you go against the old Beamer ball and Fuente football, I think it's it's a special teams team. And as I told our guys, we had a little Nate Bossery fake last year that gave us a chance to get back in that game and come down and get to that 4th down and 1 at the 1 situation. That otherwise it doesn't happen. So we one upped them last week or last year, I should say. And, I'm sure they want to show a little Fuente football this week. So we got to be ready for all their tricks. They're going to come out and be aggressive. So we've worked extra on fake field goals and fake punts, and we're worried for about what they could do to us, because that's part of the game.
Is AJ Davis still kind of that next man up at tailback in the rare instance that Darren or Quadri would get banged up?
He certainly is. Yeah, he's the guy. AJ's the guy.
Had you been with this senior class for most of their time here, what have they meant to your program?
The senior class is the senior class. I mean, they mean everything to your program. To me, maybe when you talk about what this senior class has done and what's the difference between the years, going back to that question is they've learned through the years. I think they've learned from the other senior classes. The first senior class, what do we expect? Compared to the 4th senior class and who they are, what they've learned from the past. And I think there's always those learning experiences. So what we've maybe what this senior class is compared to what it was against North Carolina and Virginia Tech in the past is maybe a smarter group that is learned from their mistakes and has been hardened from it, I guess. But this senior class is no bigger than last year's senior class as far as what they mean to the coaches. It'll be an emotional day, with for the kids and for their parents. I always talk about it, probably tomorrow night. About it's kind of like when you walk your son or daughter to the bus stop, and you let them get on the bus for the first time. Their moms and dads are gonna take them to that bus stop one more time on the field, and the moms and dads are gonna walk off, and you get to play your last game at Heinz Field. And that's really what it comes down to. It'll be emotional for everybody, and it's one of those days you hate really to see come, especially with 3 games left. It's your last home game.
Pat, you said last week there'd be some new faces, and there were Danielson and Davis. Did you have 10 guys lined up outside your office on Monday saying I could do that? And
they better line up out there on the 50-yard line. That's where they get to line up out there. No, I haven't had anybody come to my office, and Devin and Wendell didn't come to my office either. We went to their office, I guess. But I don't know if I see anybody this week. Maybe one guy. We'll find out what they do. But you only get 4, and we're playing to win. And there's only guys that we feel like can help us win right now. And Devin did a great job last week, and Wendell didn't get in on defense, but did a nice job on special teams. Is smart, and we expect him to help us this week as well.
Pat, I'm assuming that in the off-season, coaches get together and discuss football and strategy and stuff. Before you came to the ACC, did you ever sit down with Bud Foster and talk defense?
You know what? No, we didn't. I'm kind of glad I didn't. Because we were at a high school in Chicago, Illinois. While I was at Michigan State, I forget what high school it was. Probably the big D tackle there. That's I think still playing for him. Jones kid up there, but we were in high school, and he had, talked about, hey, we need to get together. I was like, yeah, that'd be great. We never did, but I'm kind of glad since we're playing against each other, we never did.
Final? Guys, thank you.